I think Pete has muted himself. Pete's on. I don't know what he's doing there. You're doing a bit of online shopping like himmo.
I'm literally scared to talk.
And we're off. Hello and welcome to Vogue and Amber, the podcast. What take is this? I'd say this is probably I'd say we're close to double digits now at this stage. I mean, we're an hour in, listeners. It's our sixth take. We're an hour in. I'm staying in a hotel in Bradford, in Leeds, and the internet in the hotel is not strong enough to do a podcast, so I've had to go and kindly ask the manager if I could have a room upstairs. What do you call them? A conference room. Yes, that was upon my
Little
suggestion. Did I know that this hotel is littered with them, full of them. So now we have recording. We're doing it.
We are here. We are, well, one of us is queer, unfortunately. Emma is no longer with us. The jury's still out in Petey Weety. Petey Weety's back, baby.
Petey Weety's recording.
Girls, don't say that because I did not go down well last time.
We're trying to make you more relatable.
Poor Pete. I'll tell you what, listeners, right? Give him another chance, because when I was... Pete, you're not to take offence to this, because you know that we're best friends now. I've known Pete for years and years and we're very good friends. And so Pete and I used to do a radio show together in Heart Radio, and I think I got in like 4:45 in the morning on a Sunday morning, and I got in the first morning to this like wrecking ball like bouncing all over the studio, and I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna work with this guy at this time in the morning forever? I was like, this could be really hard. And then, do you know what, I fell in love with him. So you'll fall in love with him.
Yeah, so stop being so judgy and be nice. Be
Poor
kind.
Pete.
Poor Petey Weety. No, so Pete's back to join us. He is not an AI voice. He is not an AI Spenny voice. He is Pete. He is a unique individual.
He's Pete.
All right. So it's Jesus fucking hell. Excuse my French, but I feel like we've been here quite some time, which we have.
We're nearly. Girls and boys, I was meant to be reading my book alone.
Vogue is like, I have to deal with
finished.
people. But imagine, Vogue, imagine if it was me on Monday night. I would not be here. I'd be downstairs outside. I'd be saying goodbye, see you later. Good luck.
She wouldn't
God
have done
bless.
well on the Monday. She got away with it for the bonus guys, but there was a touch of Marlowe in there. I don't know if anyone noticed.
I was a bit moody. I was very about Vogue. I had the self-awareness to say I was very annoyed at myself. I was very annoyed at myself, and I was very disappointed in myself.
You had the self-awareness before, only after.
Listen, stop
blaming me.
Self-flagellation was happening following the episode. Anyway,
I did something you'll be proud of this week. So I was filming in Brighton, and I got on the train home, and obviously it stops at Gatwick, and it's another half an hour from Gatwick, and this man got on, and I had my headphones in and I was listening to stuff on my phone, and I could just hear this noise, and he was sitting there on a busy enough train watching TikToks, and I was like, oh my god,
what age was he?
Do this for I'm gonna say 40, in his 40s.
Okay,
young enough, like. And he didn't look like he was the kindest man.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I think I'll be safe. There's loads of people on the train, and I think it's important to do this as a community for everybody. And like, I couldn't watch my phone because his was so loud, and he was just flicking through TikTok. So you know, when that's just that noise, it's just really annoying. It's not like he was just watching something consistent. And I just said to him, I was like, hey, do you have headphones? And he was like, no. Why? What's wrong? And I was like, well, it's just really loud. Like, I can hear it through my headphones as well. It's just really loud in the train. And he just looked down and kept going.
But that's the height of ignorance. And like, that's not to be like, I suppose.
I was huffing and puffing though. I didn't stop there. I was like,
but that's someone just being arrogant and being stubborn on the basis. I'd say he was mortified he was called out, Vogue. That's what that is.
I think though there's rules on the train now. There's actually stickers, and they're like, please don't listen to your devices out loud. That's like the rules now, because no one, it drives people mad.
When I was on the dart, I told you that time I was on the way into town on the dart. Now I was like, what is going on? Like, and there was some fella over there like ages away from me, and I have terrible hearing. People are just a bit obnoxious. But I commend you for calling him out, because that takes guts, and I wouldn't. I feel like if I did something like that, I'd get a fist to the face. So.
Well, I was trying to do it in the nicest way possible, and only because it really does drive me mad. And then a girl walked by me and she smiled and nodded and she was like, well done. So I was like, you know what? At least someone bloody noticed. You're welcome.
How has your week been then?
I have had a great week. Well, it started out by finding the greatest hotel pillow of all time. So, I'm on this journey, not just for myself, for you, the listeners, for Amber, for everybody who wishes to have the greatest night's sleep they'll have ever had. And so I ordered those pillows that I saw in The Guardian. It said the best ever hotel pillows. And I was like, right, this must be them. And I ordered them.
Two of them.
Two.
Yeah.
And they arrived and they weren't the worst. But they weren't
what they remembered. They weren't the pig hotel.
They weren't the pig hotel. And I was like, I'm going to the source. I am going to the source. So I went and asked the woman in the pig hotel, which I should have done to begin with, because the other pillows weren't that cheap either. The woman who does the PR for the pig hotels, and I said, what are you hiding from us? Where are the pillows from? And I found them.
What's this sorcery? Or what's your new word this week?
Sorcery was the word from last week. But I basically said to her, what are the pillows? And she very kindly sent me a link. And it's from a brand called TL Love Luxury. So TIELLE Love Luxury. So that's the brand. Now I was confused because there was standard pillows and there was king size pillows. And I'm like, I went with the standard. So I have 4 standards arriving. And
I would have gone 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
Amber.
So.
Oh no. Disappointed.
What?
I have a cunning plan though. Here's my plan.
Why would you go 2 and 2?
Because it doesn't matter now, does it? Because I've ordered 4, so I didn't go 2 and 2.
4 of the same though. You have to get a variation. Life is all about it's versatility in life. It's a variation.
I like things to be neat and even. Anyway, I've gone 4. I will report back to just triple check that they're the right ones. I know Cushion Gate is probably getting a little bit boring, but I have decided, I've been writing out my Christmas list of people I have to buy presents for. Everybody is getting the cushions.
I don't want them. I love me yellow pillows.
Oh, I'm not getting you one. I'm not. Spain is your present, my friend.
Well, I had someone contact me on Instagram today to say, Vogue, I don't know if Vogue's going to see this on her Instagram, so I'm sending it to you. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm Vogue's Instagram PA now at the moment. So delighted.
Yeah, anything you want, just pop through to Amber.
No, don't. Once I see it, I won't be able to unsee it, and I'll have to pass the message on. But I'm delighted you got your pillows. Everyone at Christmas is now going to get pillows. Yeah, so there you go.
You should be so happy. Everyone's going to love me.
I'm not getting a pillow. I'm happy.
No, you're not
pillows.
getting a pillow. I'll give you the bad order ones I got.
No, they're the ones. I'd be fucking delighted. So you missed out on a good weekend here last weekend. Now Alzo descended upon Dublin with 2 pals to play lots of golf, like an insane amount of golf. 36 holes Friday, 27 holes Saturday, 18 holes Sunday.
Alzo is our brother.
Sorry, Vogue, aka context giver, provider.
Mm-hmm.
And they're staying in the house. I obviously scooted up to bed, but we all went out on the Friday night with my parents, and I didn't realise, I actually was keen to know, because I was looking back at the pictures, I was like, what the fuck time were we down in King Citric until 10:30? 3.5 hours we were on the table. Like, that's an insane amount of time to spend in a restaurant. And then we went up to the summit.
I'd say they were raging that you were sitting there for 3.5 tables, just hours, just keeping the table.
Listen, I'm sure they made a few bob out of us. But I basically, then we went up to the summit, and Vicky and Keelan had come over, 2 of my friends, just for context. And we went up to the summit, and don't know if it was a change in scenery. I think it was probably 11, 11:15. And I was just like, went in, came out, I'm going home. Off I went, scooted up the road, and then I was having a quick smoky Joe outside, and I could hear Alzo and the 2 lads coming up the driveway. And I'm telling you now, Usain Bolt had nothing on me. I could not have gotten up that stairs quick enough into my bed to avoid.
I'm telling you what, there's a lot to be said about an Irish goodbye. There is.
No, I told them all. I was just like, I'm going home. I'm out of here. I literally lasted 5 minutes. I was like, no, this is the end for me. I'm sorry. I'm now a person that likes to go for dinner, have a few drinks, bye, see you later, home. Love it.
Well, I want to be that person so badly. I can't tell you if I could
Vogue's having another birthday, right? And what she said to me this evening, she's like, you have a very important job on this date. I was like, what? She's looking for me to do a speech.
Well, you should, by the way.
She was like, speeches are not my forte. She was like, you're in charge of getting us all home. And I was like, I can get you home. But when I get you home, I'm going to go to bed and you're going to say, I know, let's have a drink. So that's on you.
Keep anyone away from me. Everyone has to stay the F away from me when I get to the house. Don't engage. Don't look at her. Let her go to bed with her new pillows.
Yeah,
honestly. But I also take a sleeping tablet to the venue with me, so on the way home I'll just pop it and there'll be nothing I can do. I just have to go to bed.
But I went to bed anyway, so early Friday night, up at 6:30 Saturday, was absolutely destroyed. Off I went and did a bit of sailing. We came first, thank you very much. I was extremely seasick. I've never been seasick in my life. Like, I was just like, I was on the boat and I was up the bow of the boat, which is the front of the boat, and I was just like, I don't feel very well. This other girl, Claire, on the boat was like, look at the horizon. I felt so ill. I was like,
that look at the horizon is bullshit, by the way. It doesn't work.
Well, listen, I was got in, then I legged it over to two of my pals' house and they made a phenomenal, Nikki and Lorna, a phenomenal birthday dinner for my friend Mishy. And it was just lovely. Another dinner party, and then I was home again. And what else did I do? Sunday.
What time did you get home after that one?
1:15.
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
you said 2 to me.
I went to bed at 2. But then I woke up again at 8:30. So it was 6:30 on Saturday, 8:30 on Sunday. And, but yeah.
I think Pete just muted himself.
Pete's on fuck. I don't know what he's doing there. You're doing a bit of online shopping like him-o. But
I'm literally scared to talk because last time I did, people said they switched
Pete,
off when they heard my voice.
You got to face your fear.
Face your fears.
You'll love this. I got a kebab on Sunday, and you know what? I won't be getting one for a long time. I felt fucking awful.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Look what I got. Oh, the runners have arrived.
They're so good, aren't they? They're very
so
good.
Freaking good. Pony skins, guys.
I got it. I went for a walk with Naomi last night, and I got a good story out of her. She's like, I was telling her how clean I am. She's like, so clean. What do you think is the cleanest piece of furniture you ever had? And I knew exactly where she was going with it. So Pete, I used to live in a 1-bedroom apartment. It actually leads on to the sister cars, but I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. Me and Vogue had lived in an apartment together previous to that. And my auntie was getting rid of this red couch, and it kind of spread out into being like a sofa bed or something like that.
How did you just get that free apartment? And like, I didn't get a free apartment.
I don't know.
Anyway,
They took
go
pity
on.
on me. Anyway, so I was like, I'll take that. So then when Vogue would come and stay, she would stay in that because I'm not a fan of sharing my bed.
I came and stayed a lot. I used to sleep in that red couch.
But
with
we
my
used to put
dog,
sheets on
Rocco.
it and everything. And like this, there's this. I reminded myself of it last week. And there's this picture of like with the couch, right? It was this like bright red couch. And
Go home, Vogue.
There was like my auntie Naomi like would come into the apartment and like just to keep herself busy if I was getting ready or just getting out of the shower, she would go and sit with a bottle of Sif and clean the whole couch because it was absolutely destroyed. But this one time we came home and we had a load of people with us, and I was like, well, you just go into my bed in the bedroom. No, I know. And she was insisted on, so we put the sheets on we spread out the fucking couch, so the red couch.
Miss the party.
We just put the sheets on the bed, and herself, like, I'll show you the picture, Pete, like, you know, like, and there's a picture of everyone.
Listeners will post the picture.
we basically, everyone sessioning around Vogue while she's fucking passed out.
Face down. I honestly, guys, it's a disease. I can't leave the party. Please, someone help me.
and then Naomi was telling me last night to walk. Oh, I need to catch my breath after that. She was telling me about so Mac Fleetwood are playing down in a pub down the road in the Abbey Tavern, and Mom was like, Jesus, have they gotten that bad that they're playing in the Abbey Tavern? Oh my God. It's a fucking, like, it's not Fleetwood Mac.
It's a cover band.
Oh, he's got a few stories out of there.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's a real problem. I'm going to get hypnotized again by Sharon. I'm like, Sharon, do you mind now? This week, can we work on just going to bed when you get home? Please don't stay awake anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just so scared of missing out on fun. That's
See,
the problem.
I'm not.
Once I've had a few drinks, I'm like, I'm having fun. But
My
like now,
friend-
the day after my birthday, we're going to Joanne's gig, so
Yeah,
I really
that
don't
would
want to be in
good
bad
crack. I'm
shape
excited
for that.
But my friend Keelan was saying to me, because we were kind of toing and froing herself and myself about, oh, there goes one of my lights, brilliant. The other one will go soon. She was like toing and froing about whether or not we should have drinks tonight, and both of us kind of contacted one another yesterday. We're like, no, we won't do it, fuck it. And then I called her on the way home. I was like, oh, I've got a bit of a goo. But she was like, if you're kind of on the fence about drinking, just think to yourself that you'll always feel better for not drinking. So there you go.
Yeah, you're drinking.
I'm not talking about me. She's a wuss, okay?
If you're on the fence, just don't do it because you know you'll feel better as she skulls
No,
back
I
side
wasn't
her.
on the fence. I told her I had a goo on me. She's just...
Now, who's around to hang out with?
I'm hanging out with you guys.
We're going soon. I can't wait to get off this fucking call. I've been with you guys for 2 hours nearly.
Meet your sister, literally.
I wanted to tell you about predictions.
Oh?
Because there was meant to be a rapture this week. So
saw
thousands
some
of
the
years ago.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
So-
weren't preparing.
People were selling off their belongings. So basically, a rapture is a belief that Jesus Christ returns to earth to snatch up all living believers. I believe, along with resurrected bodies of dead believers to meet him in the air and head to heaven.
Can I just
to
say
hear,
that
though?
when I was walking again, just to my walk with Naomi last night, there was a gorgeous little puppy, 12-week-old, and it was a cross between an Alsatian and a German Shepherd. So naturally, I went to pet the puppy, and it was a girl. I was calling her a puppy. It's like, it's she. Oh, okay, sorry. Like, I'm sorry, the dog is going to be offended by that. But I petted the dog, and then I realised, oh God, because I'm allergic, obviously, and I was like, oh God. So I rolled up my sleeves, and I was walking along the pier like this. I was like, I feel like Jesus. in church, you know.
Well, we were meant to be out of here on the 23rd and 24th of September, but it didn't happen. Or maybe it did, and none of us are believers, so he didn't bring any of us up.
It'd be like I can't remember what that show was with Jennifer Aniston's ex, where they all disappeared. Do you remember it, Pete?
The island.
No.
Huh?
Justin Theroux was in it, and you're one that was in the latest White Lotus, and loads of people just disappear one day, and everyone else like they could have been shopping and stuff like that. It was a bit weird. Anyway, move on.
Do you want to hear some more predictions for 2026? Good story, by the way, but do you want to hear some?
It was a good show, but then it got shit. Okay, carry on.
All therapy chatbots to be rolled out. AI, sorry.
AI therapy, yeah, I agree. People are already using it.
AI diagnoses more illnesses than doctors. By 2026, AI will outperform humans in identifying certain conditions. I was meant to go for this big body scan, right, where they scan your body. It's pretty expensive. It's 1,400 quid, and they invited me to go in and do it, which I know is a real true luxury, and not everybody gets to do that. But it is a body scan, where they basically can scan to see if there's early detection of cancer and stuff like that. And I think that that's really interesting to think that you could do stuff like that. But I also think that it should be available to everybody, and I'm sure it will be available to everyone at some point. But like, do you remember that there's things that you can get called cancer markers as well, but that's meant to be super crazy expensive. But still, it's interesting that they can do that, so I can see why AI diagnoses might be pretty good.
One of my friends did that with a full body kind of like, and was asked about smoking and stuff like that. It's there you go.
Well, avocado sales are going to continue to decline.
What?
I didn't even know that they'd gone down 20% in 2025 because it's a fad food. I love an avocado. I know it's probably against the law to say
people
that.
that love avocado still love avocado, so I'm surprised about that.
Now, when you think about an avocado on its own, you've always got to spice up an avocado.
Yeah.
More microplastics and plankton in the ocean, which is very depressing.
Yeah, that's insanely depressing.
Food grown in labs becomes mainstream. Oh God, I don't know about that lab-grown meat. I just hope one day I'll be a vegetarian, but I don't know because I love chicken.
I thought you were gonna be steak.
Chicken.
Okay. What else?
Urban bee highways are going to be created, so corridors of flowers along a city to support pollinators, which is we have that in Howth actually.
We have that in Dublin, yeah. We have that in Ireland. Wildflowers throughout the place. Decades ahead of everyone else, you know.
Electric planes debut for short haul flights starting in Europe and Asia. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I'd be a bit nervy going on an electric plane now.
I'm just nervy being on a plane ever.
Keep a lid on that. Honestly, you don't want to become one of those people. You are one of those people, actually.
What do you mean?
Who's afraid of flying?
I know. I fly all the time. I fly literally multiple times a week sometimes. I know, and I always have to keep.
It scares me. I don't want to sit near you.
I always. Well, I just eyeball the air stewards there, and they're like, "What is that weirdo looking at?" But I'm so terrified. I have to watch them.
But hold on. Speaking of air stewards, right? There's a thing that people share, and I saw this about air stewards. So people share the secrets of their workplace, right? So cabin crew, they name a passenger Bob, and it stands for best on board.
Best on board.
And it's the fittest passenger on the plane. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been called Bob. I can't tell you. See you later, Bob. I'm like, what? Who's Bob?
I have to keep checking my passport. I'm like, no, it's definitely no, it's not me. Honestly, my name's Vogue.
Honestly, I was like, Bob, where's Bob? And then school janitors, right? So here's some other secrets of the workplace in terms of like,
what was our school janitor? Tony. Remember Tony?
Tony.
And Tony used to drive the school bus as well. He had multiple jobs in the school.
Tony was commanding a few salaries.
And he used to set up the trampoline. Do you remember?
No, I don't think we had a trampoline, Vogue. I think he made
We had a massive trampoline in school. Are you mad?
Not in Portmarnock.
No, in San Sabina. Tony was in San Sabina. It was Tony.
Your man with the Ronnie.
And ask him.
He had a bigger Ronnie than me.
Kind of looked like.
No, I'm thinking about Larry. Larry was in Portmarnock. Do you remember Larry?
I don't remember.
He was the guy with the. He was the guy. Okay. Anyway, so school janitors admit that they have barbecues on the school field.
Hang on a second. When was the last time you heard someone called Larry? I haven't heard of anyone called Larry ever.
Remember Lanky Larry's? Remember Lanky Larry's, the big chewy things? They were bloody delicious.
Lanky Larry. Oh my God. Some of the sweets that have disappeared. Roy the Rover bars.
Pisses me off. Really pisses me off. Keeps me up.
Whams are still going. How did a Wham survive over a Roy the Rover bar? Disgraceful.
It's unbelievable. Or do you remember Dangerous Dan? Or is that what it's called? So anyway, school janitors admitted to having barbecues on the school field when there's no kids in the school, and they play basketball in the school hall. Hotel receptionists, Vogue, watch out. They upgrade guests if the hotel is quiet to make sure their reviews are better. This is another one for you.
I went into my room today, and I don't know if it was the hotel or if it was the production company, but I have stayed in this hotel twice before, and I have not had a room like that. I gasped. Just because I'm not like when you're away with TV and stuff, you're not just put up in like, well, I'm sure like
perhaps they're not. I'm sure
other presenters are, but not me. You're not put up in these like mad 5-star hotels. But today, like, and it's actually a really nice hotel. They have a great gym. And I went into my room and I gasped. I thought, what a lovely surprise.
What? Oh, just because of the hotel room. Another thing is housekeeping, right? So if you leave a tip on the first day, your room gets cleaned way more carefully for the rest of the stay.
Wow.
And then with taxi drivers, I don't like this. We often tweak routes to take us over a certain threshold of cost, so the passenger tips us. If we stop at $14.90, they take it up to 15. For fuck's sake, 10p tip.
I would have to say I would always tip a taxi driver, and do you know I always tip Deliveroo drivers 10%, and whenever I do, they are the most. They always say thank you. They always say thank you so much for the tip, and I just think that's really nice. You don't have to say anything, but you're welcome.
What they're saying here though is if a taxi driver stops at £14.90. The customer will only take it up to 15, but if they take them to 15.10, the customer will then take it up to £16. Clever bastards.
Still, but sometimes I go in. There's a couple of places you go in to get a coffee, and like you stand at the counter, you order your coffee, and then they're like, they have a thing where you tip, and I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Not when you're like you're just getting your coffee, so it's like the coffees are like over £4
coffee's
over
like
here.
nearly a fiver for a shitty little flat white.
So expensive over here.
But then another taxi driver said sometimes they play. He changes the playlist on how the customer looks, so they'll enjoy it more and tip better. And then the last one is a restaurant chef. I just think this is gross. If a customer leaves food, we'll 100% eat it directly off their plate. I cooked it and served it, so it's not disgusting to me. Like, that is disgusting. You don't know what the person has done with that, and you don't know what the person's. I've never done that. No.
No, I have. When I used to work in a restaurant in Aberdeen, it was quite a high-end restaurant, so there'd be like steak on the menu. So if a customer sent back a steak and they'd taken a bite out of it, yeah, I would eat the steak.
Well, we do sister cards.
Me and Amber used to. Do you remember when we used to go to Spain from Aberdeen? This is before this is before all airlines had kind of brought in the rules of how many bags you could have on the plane. One time, because vodka was so cheap in Spain and because we didn't have much, one time I brought 11 litres home. 11 litres. That was my max, and I was like, I have nailed this year.
How could you be bothered? Okay.
Because it was half the price. Oh, will we do sister cards?
I just said that, but yeah, okay.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that, you stupid arswipe.
Okay.
What would you say is your best feature? I know what you're going to say about yourself. God.
What am I going to say?
Your eyes.
Oh my God, thank you, but no.
Were you going to say your lips?
Oh my God, no, but thank you. Keep going, let's keep playing this game.
What were you going to say? Not some bullshit about your personality, please. Please.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Thank you for that too.
What?
My jaw. I'm sorry, Vogue, you can't deny it. Look, thank you, Ivana Breen. I'm sorry, you cannot deny it. That was way more defined. Come on.
Ivana, well done on Amber's jaw. You just need to start in the neck now.
If anyone's wondering what it is, it's called in-mode lift treatment, okay? We got some deep tissue tightening done. We got some sculpting and contouring. Thank you very much, Johnny Bravo-esque. And,
very nice.
And then some lymphatic drainage. So I'm not as much of a little chubber from all my snacks. But thank you for those additional comments, Vogue. I didn't have to make those observations myself. What would you say is currently I would say I am very impressed with my jaw. I won't lie. Like, I love it.
Okay.
What about you? But thank you for the eye comment.
I'd say my best feature are my legs.
Someone commented saying like they never want to hear you call out your legs again because like they looked phenomenal in your birthday. Yeah.
That was the shoes. Those shoes, because they only go around your toes, so they make your legs look much longer.
But you have to understand, your insecurities are not the way that other people see you. You see yourself in a different light. You know what I mean? You're obviously more kind of like critical of yourself, self-critical.
I'd say my best feature is probably my teeth, maybe.
Oh, really?
No?
No. Oh.
Get your trainer back on. Okay, next one. You're able to produce 5 different liquids from 5 different fingers. Which liquids are you picking? Milk. Unhomogenized.
Oh, fucking of course. I love this question. Like, this is a bit of me. This is a bit of me, eh? I would say water, obviously, to survive. Mm-hmm. Then I'm saying American Fanta.
I have to say I am deeply saddened to let you know I've gone off it. I didn't even finish. Spenny brought
Don't drink the other one.
A bottle each. I'm not going to drink it. Spenny brought me and Amber back a bottle each from when we went to New York.
I'm saying water. I'm saying Fanta. I'm saying. What did I say earlier? I'm saying. I think I'm saying espresso martini.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think I'm saying. Coffee, and then my last one is either.
Coffee. I forgot about coffee. I need coffee.
Petroleum. Fuel. Think
That's
of that.
A good one because it's free. Well, I'm going to say Robinson's dilutable.
Oh, that's such a fucking waste. That is such a waste.
Amber, I don't want to drink plain water. I want to have Robinsons. I never choose plain water over Robinsons. So I'm getting my water and I'm having Robinsons. Have your epoxy water. You'll be jealous and you'll be looking for my finger.
I fucking won't.
Okay, I'm gonna have Coke Zero, coffee. I have to have coffee. I kind of want oil too. To make a few bob. And a margarita. And then that's my drinks.
Oh, spicy mark. Okay, I love that question.
No, not spicy mark. I said margarita.
Okay, fine. I'll just bring me own fucking chili flakes.
Yeah, you
Focus your fucking index there.
You have coffee and espresso martini. Yuck.
They're different drinks. They do different things to me.
They taste the exact same.
Okay, what's a skill that's seriously underrated? I don't know if it's a skill, but patience. Patience is underrated because patience causes you to be emotionally regulated and more understanding and to give less of a fuck.
I need to give less of a fuck, I think. I need to give less of a fuck. I can be triggered by things. I'm like, that makes me really angry. And I'm like, I should just...
Yeah, you triggered me yesterday.
Why? What did I do?
I was having a bloody great day. And I'm
okay, well, I just won't tell you things anymore like that.
No, do always tell me.
Okay, fine. See, there you go.
Okay, well, what's a skill?
Patience. I think patience is a really good one. What would you say, Pete, considering it was your question?
I think just the ability to make someone laugh. Like, it's amazing the amount of boring people we encounter.
God, there are
the amount of boring people we encounter.
It's so true, though. There are so many.
Like, I don't know if they're boring. I just think they're quite reserved and just not comfortable in their own skin.
No, because I met somebody there recently and I was like, they just don't, you know when you know, and I know it's a mean thing to say, but obviously I would never say it to them, but if you think to yourself and you're like, I wouldn't like to be stuck beside them at a dinner party, then you know they're a bit like off the mark, you know?
Yeah. Well, as I said a couple of episodes ago, just my tolerance for people is just definitely waning a little bit the older I get, and I'm just like, do you know what? My time is precious and you're not worth my fucking time. So the next one, what are you embarrassed that you enjoy? I'm not embarrassed about fucking anything.
I'm not really embarrassed, but last night I was in Manchester because I had a Bear by Vogue event today, and the team from Bear by Vogue were over, and I don't get to like spend a lot of time with them, and I actually really enjoy all their company. And they're like, "Oh, will you come out for dinner?" And I was like, "Oh." And I couldn't do it. I was a bit embarrassed that I was going to bed at 8. But then they were like, we didn't even have dinner till 9. And I was like, oh no, that would have been too much for me now.
Like, Jesus, you're not supposed to eat 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed. No, that doesn't
work
for you.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not embarrassed by it, but but that's the thing. And I think it does come with age where you're just like, I don't give a fuck. But obviously we're both still working that. Like, I love going out to bed at 8:30 Monday to Thursday, and I love turning my lights out.
To be honest, you guys are keeping me up. To be honest, I'm going down to read me book.
Vogue, it's not us keeping you up. You're keeping us up because your Wi-Fi wouldn't work.
This isn't my Wi-Fi. I don't live here.
Okay. How far away would a person have to live for you to consider not dating them?
Different country.
Yeah, I'd say
it could even be in Ireland, a different country. If I can't just get you on a train, no thanks.
I agree with you on the different country. I did long distance with someone in a different country before, and it was only the UK, but it's a lot.
It is a lot. Okay, what part of your body do you touch the least? My back, probably, like my upper back. Don't really know her.
I was going to say, like, the naughty thing. My punani.
Oh no, my back, still my back. Well, I'm sorry. Are you not washing your vajayjay in the shower?
No, okay, that's on the dirty. Yeah.
Do you know what I did today? I was washing my feet and I said, "Fuck it, I'll wash my legs." I washed my legs with shower gel.
Pete was saying earlier on, the skin in between my toes.
I could not tell you the last time I touched like the skin in between my little toe and the toe next to it, honestly.
I would be aligned with you on that one. Yeah, I don't pick up.
Do you know your eyelid is like a ball sack skin? Did you know that?
Right.
There's some information.
Thank you for that useless piece of information. Okay, the next one. What's the creepiest thing you've ever seen? Someone picking their nose and eating it.
I can't bear that. The thought of that.
It's
Honestly,
just-
even a child. I'm like, no.
No.
No. I remember I have a story. I don't know if this can stay in the pod, but we were on our 4th year trip. So you're 16 when you're in transition year. And we were on our 4th year trip. We were going to Germany and Austria, and we were in Germany. We were all staying in a hotel with our biology teacher, who was my auntie's best friend. And me and all the girls we all went into each other's rooms at night. And anyway, I was sitting on the window ledge and I was eating Special K out of the box, which is what I always used to do. And I looked across and I saw this man, and he had no clothes on. And I was like, oh my God, girls, get over here. So anyway, the girls came over, and then he spotted us and started wanking.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we couldn't get enough. This was the funniest thing we had ever seen. There must have been about 8 of us. 8 of us. He was putting on the show. Anyway, we were about 16 at the time.
No.
And then
Come in.
And then there was and we were like, what the fuck? The teacher came to the door and was like, girls, what are you doing? He had rang reception, told his hotel rang our hotel, and we got in trouble.
He was in a different hotel. He wasn't on the street.
He was in a hotel across from our hotel. Yeah,
But could he
we
not
were like,
see that you were seeing him?
Yes, that's why he started wanking.
But why would he complain then?
Because he probably knew that he shouldn't have been being a pervert to like clearly young girls. I know, that snake.
Christ.
Not only was he being a creep, he also ratted on
He's
us.
a little rat bag. What a loser. That's a lot now. You
that's
seem
the
to
creepiest
attract
thing I've ever
flashers
seen.
and stuff like that. Remember the flasher on the beach in the Borough? Fucking hell.
Sorry, do you remember me and Johanna got flashed on the cliffs of
Yeah.
Hope?
That's
that was
scary.
really scary. There was this man who was in a bush and he jumped out, and me and my friend were like going for a walk on the bush, and he only had a cap. Yeah, he only had a cap on, which made it worse. We were like, ah! I had to start throwing rocks at him and stuff because he was following us. Yeah, it was
No,
mad.
That's scary.
Which celebrity would you bring back from the dead? Tina Turner, and I'd get her right on stage.
Oh,
Or what's his name?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Yeah, imagine going to see him.
If poor
Or
David
Leonard
Attenborough.
Cohen.
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 I would like if poor David Attenborough died, I'd bring him back. I fucking know.
All right,
It's just-
he's not.
I know he's still
not-
alive, but he's on the
Yeah.
he's on the brink. He's on the brink. Okay. Agony Amp. Vogue and Amber. I'll remain anonymous, but me and my flatmate woke up to a note on the door of our building left by a load of Karens from another block. You need to help us think of a funny note to stick on their door. Love the pod and love you too. On behalf of the tenants at X address, please stop using our bins and use your own waste disposal. We are fed up of the constant overflow and the extra waste is not helping. Thank you.
Are you putting your bins in their bin though? Because that would drive me up the walls.
That's really bloody naughty. I actually just in the office.
I'll tell you what to stick back on the door. Sorry, won't happen again.
No, I'd say sorry. Who's this?
WB.
WBX.
No, you can't be putting like there is nothing more
Come
infuriating.
on, you little
if
shit
somebody,
bags. Where is
you
that?
can't
Is that in
put
the
stuff
UK?
in.
Is it in the UK or is it in Ireland? Like, because like, no, you can't do that.
You can't put stuff in other people's bins. That's not fair.
No, you're for the bin if you put other people's things.
If Amber caught you putting stuff in her bins, she
Well,
would
the bins
go
are out
berserk.
bloody side. All of the tourists have been putting their feckin' bins in there, so I have to run.
You
down the
are
road
kidding
and get
me.
them. Yeah.
Do you know what I have to do with the kids when we get back? I don't know if anyone remembers doing this. They really want to have like a bake sale and to sell their old toys
Where, Vogue? Like where?
outside the house. Listen,
Vogue, there's
I'll
nobody
drive them
walks
up.
by there. Nobody
I'll
walks
drive.
by there.
I'll drive them up to the cliff walk, and they can sell their
Oh,
wares up
sorry,
there.
here in Howth. Yes, do that.
Yeah, it's a
Is that
rite
what-
of passage.
No, they have to do that. They'll maybe. But Theodore,
They
where is-
They get robbed in London.
That's what I mean. You can't do that in London. It's just, I'm taking this, mate.
I'm giving you nothing.
How much is this cost? 0. Perfect.
We have to set them up in mini shop because I've got that table for my birthday. We can get a bit more use out of it. And I saw these kids in Battersea Park doing it. That's where they got the idea.
That's what I thought.
But they were
go to Battersea Park and do it.
But they were getting cash and like you could pay by card. I don't know how they did it. Can you pay
for
by
God's
Revolut?
sake, that's insane. They were.
I paid a tenner for 2 cupcakes to be nice. I thought it was for charity. Then I realised it was for their
Don't
pockets.
tell me you paid with card. They were skimming cards. You were had. So I saw this thing about, and obviously it's very kind of like relatable, and it's about living with your sibling. And basically, more and more people are moving in with siblings than ever before. And I've lived with all of you. Have you lived with everyone? I don't think you have lived with Frederick.
No.
I
once lived with Frederick's friend though in Scotland, but I know not the same thing, but still, go on.
I've lived with you all. And basically more people are moving in with siblings than ever before. And more adults are choosing to live with siblings thanks to a mix of economic and lifestyle changes. So rising costs, sharing rent and bills make city living more affordable. Changing attitudes. So living with your family is now seen as practical, not a failure.
Mm-hmm. I loved when you guys lived with me. Amber tried to say, she was like, "Oh, I might try and buy a house." I was like, "Excuse me, you absolutely will not. Don't you even think about stepping on the property ladder."
You can buy somewhere, but you have to rent it out and stay here.
That's what I said. Yeah, you can do that.
No, and then the other thing is remote work. Flexibility means people can choose living arrangements based on cost, not location. And then life transition. Siblings offer support during breakups, job changes, or moves abroad. And then combating loneliness. And loneliness, not to be, but it kills. Okay? Living together.
No, I would not like to live on my own, like ever. Some people are. Pete loves living on his own. Pete couldn't wait to live on his own.
But I'd say Pete's a busy little boy.
Loads of wanking, yeah.
Hey!
Hey, not me. That's you, Vogue.
I honestly, I wouldn't be able to. I've never ever lived on my own, not once.
But
never.
I did. But when I lived on my own.
When did you? Oh yeah.
I lived on my own.
I was always there.
Apartment, and then, when lockdown and everything happened, I had Naomi on the floor above, and then I had Megan in the block next to me, and we had our own little bubble. And then I started getting accused of being in too many bubbles.
There was a few bubbles popping around there, Amber.
But I think there's nothing wrong with living with siblings, and I've had a great time. I lived with Alzo down in Mom and Neil's for a little short stint. I've obviously lived with you a lot. Sure, you and I shared. Do you remember we shared that bloody double bed one summer? And Frederick got his own room.
No.
And you and I had to share.
Where?
Down in.
That was one of the worst apartments I've ever lived in my life. It was desperate. I could hear the man next door coughing. It was absolutely desperate.
I lived with Frederick for probably 2 or 3 years in Scotland, and we always had a deep fat fryer.
Oh God, stop there. Absolutely. So I was speaking to this girl and I was saying to her, she's American. I was like, God, I'd love to do Thanksgiving. And she was like, oh yeah, my husband, he's really nails the fried turkey. And I was like, what? And they have this like huge big fried turkey oven that they cook it for like 3 hours. And I thought I'd say that's absolutely delicious.
Delicious, but like they have big pots they put it in. But anyway.
My God, delicious.
Well, have we come to the end of our journey?
La 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 la. My friend. That was good. Was that good?
Never knew.
Sorry, listeners. So glad we made it.
I don't know the words.
Sorry, everyone. Everyone, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for being on the journey. It's been emotional.
It's been good. And we'll see you at the same time next week. Also, if you would love to send in any more agony AMs or AITAs.
We did also do a call out, and I don't know if anything came through, but we did a call out for petty exes.
Petty exes. I'll do a call out on my Insta for that.
Petty ex stories, yes. So
thanks everyone for listening. Please mail in Amber and Vogue pod at global.com.
Vogue and Amber pod at global.com. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Petey.
Bye.